Belly full? Yeah, you're good. Thirsty. You want some? Cold water? Come on. It's from the filter. Been in the freezer. Come on. About an hour. Here, Papa. No, here. There you go. There you go. There you go. You want to drink it while I was born? No. You can put your tongue in it. No. I changed that filter out. It's starting to taste a little funny. I want some chocolate so freaking bad, man. Oh my god. I want some chocolate. And it's right there. It's got like 6 heavy metals in it that I don't need. So I make some tea. You look right at me like, yeah. Make some tea, Bubba. That's my low. That's my low, brother. Yeah. I know I look crazy with these. More pajamas. Everybody's wearing them, man. I guess it's the Christmas thing, man. What's up, Papa? You are like you is happy. It's good and cold. The way you like it. You want to come up? Come on. Come on. You keep standing on my leg. You want to come up? I'm going to read, man. What you? It's like you don't want me to leave. That was funny. You coming up? No, not the wire. I know. There you go. Oh, that's a spot. Oh, that's a spot. Oh, that's a spot. Oh, that's a spot. All right, let's eat it. There you go. Well, let's go ahead and get this reading. I'm sorry. My apologies for being a little late. I was down there with gas like a mug, like, you know, burp, whatever. I ate that sandwich and I ate half of the sweet potatoes. I couldn't eat the other sandwich, and this is a little bit of stuff. This ain't a lot, y'all. I couldn't eat it all. I'm serious. No, it's still good. I'm gonna eat it. I couldn't eat it. There was a time when I could eat like 5 Whoppers and 5 double Whoppers. I know, serious. I could eat 5 double Whoppers, 5 large fries, or onion rings. That's what my go-to. With all the fixings and everything. This is years ago when I was back in New York, like 15, 16 years ago, right? 18 years ago, something like that, 16, something like that. I could eat all that, like, yeah, 275, what you expect. But I mean, I was just like, I saw all the stretch marks, Mom. I was just like, no neck. Everybody see me coming through and they move out the way. I mean, I look like a juggernaut, literally. Like 5'10" and a half, you know, just 275 pounds of 22-inch arms. You know, that's just unbelievable how big I was. I mean, I'm not gonna share the pictures on here, but I look at the pictures, I'm going like, dude, that can't be me. And all my friends, everybody was in the gym, like everybody I know had a gym thing going, coaching people, some cats on steroids. I ate everything and I worked out 2-3 times a day, like lifting everything. Then I go to a chiropractor, I go to a masseuse. I missed the masseuse over there in New York. They were happy ending. Not for me. I wasn't paying for no happy ending. But those were the kind of masseuses over there. In little Chinatown and Queens and over there. And man, I know you want happy ending. I was so big. No, hell no. Shit. As far as I was concerned, you get AIDS, motherfucker, cutting somebody's hand. Hell no, you gonna have me all jacked up. Anyway, I was stupid, but I'm being honest, y'all. If I'd had a happy ending, I'd have been like, yeah, I got a couple of them, but nope, not one. One gonna pay for that. And the yoga and all that, so it helped, but it didn't help everything. You know what I mean? Body was a little beat up from the military, like really beat up in my youth. But I was down there eating, right? I ate the falafel burger, one. I used to eat a double, and then I said, let me eat half of the sweet tater fries. They're still crunchy, it's still delicious. And I literally drank about 3 ounces of cold water. Best to drink warm water with a little lemon. That's how I usually do it. But the water it was in I put it in the freezer for like 45 minutes. It was so cold, it felt so good. But what it does, it creates slag in your system. And it filled me right up. I was just like, laying back like, I didn't even get up and go walk for like, take my little 20-minute walk, 25-minute walk. I just did it. I just went outside to walk down around the thing, my chest all tight, my stomach I feel like the food up here. I'm like, what in the world was that? So I turned around, walking back, I felt good, and I could see the spraying like they're retarded. Not gonna get into that. And I was like, let me come on, man, you know. But as y'all know, from the last video, I got monetized. So it's just gonna be reading. I'm gonna talk about a little few things, but I'm gonna do my best not to get all caught up into the politics stuff. We could do that out elsewhere. I have a Patreon. I'm connected. On my Patreon, I've had it for like 5 months. I just haven't used it yet. I'll put it in the so that way everybody will see the Patreon. That way you come over there, we can just be open about everything. You see what I'm saying? And because I have a premium account, so I pay every month. I've had it for a while. So AdSense. I got to pick an ad I want to use. I want to use one on cross country and 2 other ones. But I'm going to talk to a friend of mine at Big O's, seeing about if he can sponsor because I do the 2A, he does the 2A. And though I'm not really doing a whole lot of 2A, I'm still gonna be doing some. We're gonna uploading little videos, you know. Had Terry Wisdom created a page and he invited me. I told you I'm not doing it on Facebook. Well, I went over there and liked it just to help the brother out. And the first thing he did was talking about the Second Amendment. See, this I can't stand when brothers don't know what they're talking about. The Second Amendment was never meant for us. We created all that. Stop the stupidity. It was misused. And this is the things I got to talk about. Because some of y'all will get on these bandwagons and you'll ride with these people without doing no research. You'll let somebody talk about orcs and all that other stuff, outer space, goofy stuff. And yeah, out of our space, out of your space, you need to come back in your space. You need to fill your space up. That's what I'm here for. And to read some things to initiate a proposal for you to propose to yourself. You know what I'm saying? To change the patterns. You know, you didn't ask for this condition or the experience. And it doesn't have to, and every experience is not a bad one, but the one that we're under, we want to change that pattern. How do we do that? Well, I'm going to do it by alleviating, by reading. It's not up to me for you to believe or not believe. You know? And I don't want to use some labels and get a copyright for using certain things, outer limits, this, that, and all that other stuff. No, we're not gonna do that. This ain't the Twilight Zone. What I'm saying is we're living that, but in my opinion, which is not a big one. So we're gonna get into this. But you know, I said I was gonna read. We'll read the other one. Don't worry, we ain't going nowhere no time soon. I can sit there and listen to people for hours. There's quite a few of them and just talk about it. We can enjoy we can enjoy a little bit of little reading here. You dig what I'm saying? And I read. Remember, y'all read all weekend. I read that weekend. I read the whole Arawak. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If not, go back and watch it. You know, help a brother's channel. Like the more videos y'all watch, the less I'll have to sit there. I'll take the Cashapp down, and I'm not, like I said, I don't have, 200,000-300,000 subscribers where I know I'm gonna get 10,000 and 12,000 views. I'm definitely gonna be. It might be boring to some of y'all, but if you got children or people who are into models, I'm gonna show my skills. I'm gonna do some videos. I'm gonna set my GoPro up. I'm gonna splice and all that retarded stuff. But I'm gonna show y'all how I do a lot of stuff when it comes to making models. Whether it's using, like I said, Mod Podge, plasticine, sculpting, the hardening process, even taking computer fans and picking a box to build a painting booth. If you don't have a little turret, how you can make a cardboard one using a little motor, and depending on how you want the gear ratio, if you want to spin fast and fly the model off, no. If you want to be broken down slower, taking a small adaptation and using a bigger wheel and then conducting it with another bigger wheel, and it'll be looking kind of weird, but you could build your own where it'll turn nice and slow with the little neon lights. If you're gonna I like to make my models look like out of this world. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. I mean, I like to make them look. I'm not big on a lot of the little slide-on decals. I like to just make the car look like it's fabulous. I don't care about even if it's a racing one. But that right there, I'm definitely going to do the video on how to make different fires. I could have went out there tonight. I got some old steel wool and show you how to, you take a 9-volt battery, the paraffin wax with the lint, and tumbleweeds, how to make that, feathering wood with your knife. This is the backup. You don't have to use the sharp part to get feathered wood to make a little like bird's nest, a bundle, where you can do a bow drill, right? And put the coal in it and how to blow to get it to spark. Because you remember, you have air, the tin, you got the tinder, which is the solid, right? And then you've got the little amber, and that with the three blowing that all together will cause it to. It's magic, y'all. So we already did the Arawak. I'm gonna set that aside. We did Mud Flood 101. So we're gonna get into the Heaven's Bearers and the Witch God, but we're not gonna read that right now, like I was saying. And yeah, I don't want to mess with that one either. So remember, I'm gonna read that, a little bit of that, and then we're gonna get into this. So let's go ahead. am stuffed, y'all. I am stuffed. You can sit there if I haven't, I've been intermittent fasting, 1 meal, 2 meals a day. My stomach is smaller than the burger. No, seriously. And I feel like I can't overstuff my stomach, y'all. It's just too much. I just can't do it, man. I couldn't get into a hot dog eating contest if they said, well, you can save all your family lives. I'd be looking at them saying, I'm selling. It sounds mad, right? Not my apologies. I do it, but I probably would end up busting my gut. But I definitely would give it a run. But I'd be like, look, I love y'all. And look, take that with you. I love y'all. I just couldn't eat all. Man, you got to eat 100 hot dogs. No, most people ain't doing that. You got to eat 20 hot dogs, bread, and we go a lot of water for you. I'm going to make it through about 4 hot dogs, a cup of water, and I'm going to be hit, man. That's going to be it. I'll be looking at my family here. Pop. Oh, Lord. Can't do it, man. And I'm not going to stretch my stomach back out. It makes absolutely no sense at all. It's just not going to happen, y'all. Not with me. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. So it was cool when I saw it because I put it in yesterday afternoon. And boom, I got off the live. I didn't even know it. And when I was on, a little thing from Gmail came down. It's on my YouTube. I checked it afterwards. I was monetized. I didn't even know it. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. All right. I am stuffed. It's uncomfortable. That little bit of food, y'all. I've been eating soups and teas and like protein you can see through pancakes. Banana, apples, smoothies, chava. I mean, y'all seen literally what I've been eating. That right there, falafel burger is heavy than a mother with a half of onion and lettuce, a salad on it pretty much. Horseradish. I'm stuffed. I'm telling you how I feel with that organic ketchup and then half of them sweet potatoes. That was the last of a quarter of a bag. That was probably what did it right there. And I got a sweet potato down there I baked that's waiting on me with cinnamon on it. And y'all know y'all saying, boy, that's healthy than a mop. Look, intermittent fast for 2 weeks. And then you try and eat that. You try and eat that. I don't care how big you is, your stomach. And my fist ain't no small fist. My stomach. And I make sure I poo to clean myself out all the way, like 3-4 times a day. Most people think there's something wrong with that, but it depends on what you're doing and what you're taking. Most people ain't taking nothing to be able to go and get it all out in one sitting. Me? Nah, man. I got this little thing. I elevate my feet. Look like I'm like Vietnam or China. Like the old school. Like I'm squatting in the woods, man. It clears everything. Not to be disgusting. I'm just saying, y'all, there's a way to do things, all right? Anyway, let's read this right here, the Book of Giants, all right? The Watchers, Nephilim, and the Book of Enoch. All right? All right. Oh, God. Here we go. All right. This is where we left off at before. Simhajai is the same as Simyaza. So Simhajai is H. And I just wanted to spell, like Simhajai, but it's Simyaza. It's the same as Simyaza. Also, Simyaza, it's spelled like 12 different ways. I believe, hold on, did I read that to y'all? No, I didn't. Okay? And it's like several 8 different spellings there. He is a fallen angel of apocryphy. I want to say apocryphy. It's like, it's almost like, what is that word? Because I don't believe in this stuff. Apocryphal, Jewish, apocryphal. Anyway, angel of apocryphal Jewish and Christian traditions that ranked in the heavenly hierarchy as one of the Grigori, meaning watchers in Greek. Gigon, all those different words, okay? And the name Shemyaza means, as in Z, means infamous rebellion. The combination of Shem, meaning name or fame. See that? The combination of Shem, meaning name or fame, whether positive or negative, and Azaz, which means rebellion or arrogance, as a negative particle. Now, Shem, meaning name name or fame, whether positive or negative, that's alluding to the fact that there's the real and then there's the fake. And leave that at that. Don't start writing on this small hats and all. Don't do that. We're not doing that here. All right. And azaz, which means, again, rebellion or arrogance. As a negative particle, this name occurs in the Enochian literature. So azaz is like your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm being straight up. All right. We meet the Grigori. That's why this language is really a spell, at least in my understanding. We meet the Grigori in several books, some of which are considered apocryphal and some pseudo-biography. Texts written by someone, in parentheses, y'all, unknown but attributed to authors of prominence, such as TRU excuse me. Oh, that felt good. Making room, guys. In the book of TRU we read, chapter 18, and we've been through this. 1. The men took me on the fifth heaven and placed me, and there I saw many and countless soldiers called Grigori, of human appearance, and their size was greater than that of great giants, and their faces withered, and the silence of their mouths perpetual. And there was no service on the fifth heaven. And I said to the men who were with me, and that's Enoch, that's TRU, all right? Portraying chapter 1, verse 7. In parentheses here, it says, note, the Greek translation Igigori is the source of the term Grigori. The Igigori are the Watchers, a group of fallen angels who mated with mortal women and produced the Nephilim mentioned in the books of Jubilee, 1 Enoch, and Genesis, chapter 6, verse 4. Now, we know what we read in the navigator who crossed the ice walls, right? There's different lands out there. And remember, it talked about that as far as those who were taken by the Anunnaki or the custodians and what was created. But also it talked about the giants came over in that first, in the middle part, where it was talking about how some of the women laid with the giants and made other giants. And I believe those were the ones that turned on us, if I remember right, misused by the custodians, and that was how they toppled us. It was a great war to which our people gave up. And we know our people gave up or betrayed from behind. All right, so anyway, 2, why are they so very withered and their faces melancholy and their mouths silent? And why is there no service in this heaven? That's like, you ever seen those drawings? I'm gonna do one, black and white, where there's this giant ogre-like thing, and his face and eyes are closed, and it looks like it's like wood that was dampened and thin, and then when it dried, it was all wrinkled, and the mouth was stooped like a tree in the forest that was meant to be talked to, but you had to say the magic word. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. And they said to me, these are the Grigori, who with their prince Satanel, figure that out. Hashatan, Satan, what it says, rejected the Lord of light. That means that one who's in control of his light, y'all. Lord, like landlord over the light. I'm just saying, if you don't know, you can look it up. And them are those who are held in great darkness in the second heaven. And 3 of them went down onto earth from the Lord's throne. I'm gonna read it as it is right here, y'all. All right, Lord's throne to the place Mount Hermon. I want to pull that up so bad, but I'm not gonna do that right now. And broke through their vows on the shoulder of the hill Hermon, and saw the daughters of men how good they are, and took to themselves wives, and fouled the earth with their deeds, who broke the law, and mixing, in parentheses, with the women in, giants are born, and amazingly large men with great hatred. These were the bad offspring, something that was never supposed to happen. And note, in parentheses, the hill of Hermon could be Mount Hermon, which is mentioned over a dozen times in the Bible, in the bibliography, whatever you want to call it. And forest, not the end. And therefore, God judged them with great judgment, and they weep for their brethren, and they will be punished on the Lord's great day. And 5, who's the punishers? And I said to the Grigori, I saw your brethren and their works and their great torments, and I prayed for them. But the Lord has condemned them to be under earth until this heaven and this earth shall end forever. And 6, and I said, the wicked, it means when it'll be made right. Doesn't mean what y'all see. Y'all think end forever completely. See, y'all, we attribute death to everything. Death is not the end, y'all. The source, remember? All right, anyway, let's get back into this, right? And 7, and they listened to my advice and spoke to the 4 ranks in heaven. As I stood with those 2 men, 4 trumpets sounded together in a loud voice, and the Grigori broke into song with one voice, and their voice went up before the Lord pitifully and tauntingly. That's the trip. Wow. And a central theme in the Book of Giants is the fact that the giants were the offspring of the Watchers and human women. This theme has varied somewhat between various copies of the Book of Giants, that's for sure. As it turns out, there are several versions of the Book of Giants. Yeah, I've only got 4. One version of the Book of Giants was spread by the Manichaean religion. The book became widely read and now exists in Syriac, Greek, Persian, Sogdian, Uyghur, and Arabic. Uyghur is the people in China, just to let you know. Each version is somewhat different from that of the Qumran text, incorporating in each version local myths and legends and the various beliefs of the religions which have adapted the story for their own purpose. Now, if you remember what I was reading in the first book, this is how I think. One of the ways. Let's say that all this is attributed to something long ago and it has changed. And the enemies don't care about none of that. And they have allowed the perverse, the ones that we attribute leaders and power to, which they are not, as you can see, they benefit from manifesting so many other perversions because they have been, the attribution to them is being stuck with that. We know in the Bible it says what he will do to those who have perverted everything. He will give them a mind of what? And make them where they, I want y'all to look this stuff up. I don't want to keep putting everything out there. For those Christians that are in the house, are people who at least believe in the Torah, the Talmud, or the Tanakh. And we're talking about the old stuff, okay? Not the new perversions. All of it's been messed with, okay? But he'll give them a mind of what? Reprobate? Or make them stuck? What is the word for it? Anyway, I just wanted to, I'm gonna insert things. You don't want you to, research it yourself. Mani, the founder of the Manichaean religion, Mani, to alter the story in order to fit it into his system. See? It's clear. He taught a dualistic system of good and evil. The heavenly origin of the sons of God of Genesis, the book of Giants, or the book of Enoch did not fit into Mani's conviction that evil could not come from good. Thus, the angels who were called the sons of God were presented as demons and evil entities. This kept the separation between good and evil taught in his religion. All right, and we're going to shut it off right there. This book's, I'm going to read this with everything. This book can be read with everything, literally, y'all. And remember in Flatlandness, when I go back in there, I will go back to the part where it talks about the Negro rock, the black rock, the giant bigger than anything on Earth. In our Earth, that's the center point of the magnetism that keeps us in place. But it has more to do with order, not the fact we're not floating off in no fake outer space. There's nothing. Order is established. It's not about how. And see, we keep believing that it's about something holding us down. Yes, natural law. I said the scarab beetle, it doesn't fly because it's flapping its wing. That's just to give it direction. And you know, a lot of times you watch it slow motion, that thing's all over the place. It's a chemical that allows it to levitate. Go Google and look it up. I mean, this is what I do, people. And I know some of you have. And I appreciate you, those of you who have. I truly do. With the utmost. All right, so we're going to shut that off right there. And the next we'll be getting, be getting more into the Manetian, which is pretty interesting. As far as what I've only read halfway into this book so far, y'all. And it's pretty interesting. I read it to like, I got 2 more, but that's the one I chose to read out of. So let's get over here into Terra Infinita. This is the second book, which is an excellent book. As you can see, it's still the same. All of them is by Claudio Naselli. Terra Infinita, Extraterrestrial Worlds and Their Civilizations. The story told by the woman who was born in the lands behind ice walls to Mr. Morse, the man who got to live over 100 years. I think he goes back in this one. And also confound him. The story told by the woman who comes from the lands behind the ice walls in the ancestral republic, daughter of the navigator William Morris, who will provide information that was hidden from us for a long time about the worlds that are crossing the poles and the secrets of extraterrestrial civilizations. And we will also be able to discover the history before the last reset and the continuation of what happened to our father when he returned to our lands, and this changed everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And Claudio Naselli, that's him right there. Oh man, I enjoy this one. Oh, so it's right there. Okay, good. I want y'all to see. This is the Infinita map. I know it's small. I already said I'm gonna get it made, and I am. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, and remember, it's in each and every book. It's always the 178 known lands. You would think on the outskirts, right? There were no other things. The Earth is infinitesimal, and bad out of good has happened everywhere. The thing is, our potential, as far as the word spirit, you know how I feel it, but I'm gonna say the words that make that I don't have to confuse people. I'm not here to trick people up. Spirit, okay? I call it light, but spirit, the energy, the soul. We're very spiritual people. The problem is it's been misrepresented, misled, damn near brought to the smallest ember that can barely be seen. It is up to you and I to rekindle that fire to make it burn bright. I really don't want y'all to focus on too much of the story. I want you to pay attention to what's being said. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Y'all just Rondo, what's going on? Hey, Bold Spirit. Hey, Zulu Snare Nana, what's up? Grey Wolf, beloved. I want y'all to pay attention to. I want you to be able to put together a puzzle as I'm reading. And that's why I'm going to be reading all this. I continue to read all these books. And go back and look at the other videos and check them out again. Besides it helping me to help you and help you helping me to help me to get, because I want to get some expensive books. Like the one I paid the $2,500 on. Yeah, I'll never do that again unless I'm making that. If I get that kind of cheddar in the next couple months, then I'll be on here talking about y'all going with me shopping. This is a live. I'll be driving. I'm going to pick the book up. I want to get it hand in hand. And be like, and this is because of you guys. I don't want to sit here because everybody's got followers watching, First Amendment audit, Second Amendment this, and all that and that. Oh, and somebody just won $3 million because the cops broke their arm, and we know that a lot of them are stupid out there. The thing is, I want to work with people who want to better themselves. My thing is, working with you will allow me to work with me. I'm going to do that anyway, being honest, but it's perpetual. And then let's say if I was right, I'd be like, look, who ain't got the plane ticket, man? I'm gonna fly y'all out here. We're gonna do this. I need people for the circle of fire. We need to walk it. Everybody needs to come together. I don't care if you're sleeping on the rug or whatever. It doesn't matter. Everybody's gonna be comfortable. I'm old school. I was always in the house when everybody came from North Carolina, Louisiana, Cali, wherever they came from. Mama, everybody, man, our room, man, we had cousins all over the floor. We up in there acting retarded, popcorn on the stove. Remember the old Jiffy Pop with the aluminum foil? You know, man, listen, the fireplace, everybody with these big long couches. Man, we had everybody staying at the big ass house, man. Everybody was at the big house. You know, sleeping bags everywhere. Hey, we want to set a tent up outside. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Some of us older, you know, Boy Scouts and whatever, you know, Eagle Scout. We go out and we be out, make a fire, and we sit around. All the other children got to be up in the house or in the basement with the choo-choo train or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We ain't like that. We ain't no choo-choo train and all that. But I'm saying we've been adults and we'll carry ourselves accordingly. TV, enjoy listen to the good music and people meditate and hum. Put away all the perversion of the world, the physical satiations, and allow yourselves to step out. And that's going to happen, man. That's going to happen. I know it is. And like I said, I'll pay for people's plane ticket if they can't afford it. If we get to that point. So part one, the other world, its history and civilization. This is a really good read, y'all here. So let's go ahead and get with chapter one. Helen, the woman who was born in the lands behind the ice walls. Her name is Helen. 09:15 a.m. Marked the clock in this suffocating and sad gray room. My eyes barely opened, and they somehow tried to give me an overview of where I really was. I must admit that every day I find it more difficult to adapt to this world. My mind takes minutes to realize that I am back in the walled world, or the walled lands, where my ancestors have walked long ago. I found a rolled up newspaper on the door, that said June 22nd. That's how they count the days here, each one faithful to their so pigeonholed grid. And where it seems that nothing can get out of the script, that mundane script that they created for the forced partners of this abyss, dark and sinister, a humanity that seems to bleed day by day without realizing that it collides every day against the crude reality that they let long ago. All this becomes something immovable. Remember, I was saying it's funny how that I still recall my great uncle talking about, you know, this 12-month thing, and it was 13 months, 364 days, 5 seasons. Like, how do you make a season disappear? Slide a hand right in front of their face. Julian to Gregorian, both of those are fictional calendars. Days stretch over to 31, one being 29 to 28, with leap year and all this other nonsense. And all that's not old, y'all. This cannot be called life, I thought to myself every time I visit the lands where my father was born, my grandparents, my ancestors. Oh, this is a good read. Those who left their lives to see a free humanity, and I found this. That's pretty upsetting. That's saying, that's got me like this. Man, we is jacked up, bro. It hurts my heart to imagine the bones of my brothers who must still be buried here in these lands, who died believing and fighting for everything to be different. Curious way of living, I thought, while turning on and off a small lamp next to an old bed. Here, without a doubt, there is a strange way of creating a false need for objects. This humanity seems to be paying for the sin of its past, having tried to be free. I understand, that although it is very unfair and it is a thorn in the side of all of us who come from the other side, the free side behind the ice walls. She is like really, she's looking at stuff and she's like, wow. One more burp, a good one, I'll be happy. Excuse me. Pay for a place, listen to this, pay for a place where they were born. How many of us say that? What are we doing paying rent? Paying for water, food, and then they pervert it and they want to destroy it all so they can slave it. Like, make it make sense. The dumbest people on the planet. Anyway, well, pay for a place where they were born. This phrase went round and round in my head, And that's why I knew well the faces of those adventurers who managed to find other lands. The lands of the giants, or the lands where I was born so many miles away from here. But a very high price had to be paid. That's why I come back. That's why my father died, leaving his legacy. We never forget the new humanity that was born in these lands, deprived of their freedom and their true history. Maybe it is time to start opening those walls of fear, as I like to call them, that terrify us for a past where a war was lost, but freedom was gained, that the dead have not been in vain or forgotten, as the custodians wanted. They buried a large part of human history and manipulated it. And worst of all is that they convinced them, and now many defend this history and the lands they inhabit. Well, if that don't sound like the truth, I mean, like, oh, bro, where was you getting this from? Anyway, this world is a very different place to survive. In addition to a high toxicity in what you breathe, eat, drink, there are also enough dangers that make it an unfriendly place, and for those who manage to escape, with little desire to return. But as always say, in my heart I have these lands so rooted. When I walk through these lands, I reconnect with my past, with my dear father, William Morris, who swore to defend and rescue this new, humanity from the parasitic hands of the custodians. Also, the amount of wars that were lived throughout the years and are still being lived what is really okay. Look, it's I can see everything. It's just the shadow. Also, the amount of wars that were lived throughout the years and are still being lived in really detestable. How they manipulate even in such a basic way as putting different colors in imaginary limits. You know what I'm talking about, right? Putting different colors in imaginary limits. When they go around knocking on the door, census. Majority of us don't even do them. I don't. I'm grateful for the brothers and sisters who have brought these children for the last 30 years into the world without the goddamn hospital, and they won't go get them shots and nothing. No schooling. I know some adult who never been to no education system, or they got jobs and everything. Don't even ask me. I don't know. There's people out there doing the work. All right, I'm not into that part of it, and there's plenty. Anyway, serious. Our beliefs of all kinds to divide. With that, you can only generate that millions of people lose their lives, even many voluntarily thinking they do it in just what the no. Look, man, I'm gonna show you. I ain't no commas, no periods. I ain't playing, y'all. I love the brother, but I'm gonna have to hit him up, send a little message out to him. I'm gonna have to sit back, I gotta put some commas and stuff down. Let me get back over here, okay? Limits. All beliefs of all kinds to divide. I think that stops. With that, you can only generate that millions of people lose their lives, even many voluntarily thinking they do it in a just cause. Period. The only just cause is freedom. And that freedom, it's like he wrote this in a rush, like, I gotta get this out. Okay. The only just cause is freedom. And that freedom can only be achieved by tearing down the curtains around these lands. Lifting the veil comes at a high price, though. But it is always worth knowing the truth. Even if this is the last thing I can write. I'd rather die knowing that great-great-grandbabies would have that history. My pawpaw, they were incredible. Yeah. The only just cause is freedom, and that freedom can only be achieved by tearing down the curtains. I want to read that again. Around these lands, lifting the veil comes at a high price. But it is always worth knowing the truth, even if this is the last thing I can write. How many innocent people have given their lives for this cause? Who does not want to know the true story of our past? In this book, I will try to bring clarity as much as possible on the subject of the known lands and the other worlds behind the ice walls. I will also try to leave detail of everything we know about the civilizations of each of these also called planets, and a brief history of which we got to know, thanks to the book of the Shiki, the giant human who gave my father the knowledge that nobody knows in this new humanity, due to the great existing manipulation and the strong conditioning that they exploit from childhood. Oh, this gas is killing me. I just want to burp a big burp. Excuse me, guys. But the important thing is that only one person I have met who was really interested in listening to my story, even though I had not revealed my real name or where I had come from. We had been studying this new humanity for a long time. We would not trust this long investigation and information if we did not know that it will be delivered with all the respect and in the way we want. So it's not everybody that can go up and just start dropping this information, y'all. I'm serious, man. It makes sense to me. Besides that, it takes urgency. We are not here to scare anyone, nor give dates of cataclysms or resets or restarts. But we are aware and understand that the situation of recent years is increasingly delicate. We understand that this process can be accelerated. And we are aware of the cause and resulting effects. In case I did not introduce myself yet, my name is Helen Morris, daughter of the navigator William, and born in lands that surely you do not know, almost 8,000 kilometers behind the ice walls. 8,000 kilometers, shit. Behind the ice walls in the direction you know as south. Before I take you on the path of the Terra Infinita and its history, you must understand that much of these texts will not go in line with what you have learned in this circle environment. In parentheses, I will also explain where this term comes from, end. Much of the history told here is possible for you to keep to yourself, and that this book can open up this cause. Much of the story still lives in you, because you were also part of it in some way, only that you have been put to sleep, completely anesthetized. Red. I'm a nurse. That's a damn shame. To such an extent that living this life seems normal, a life that one seems to base merely on robotic, repetitive actions. Very few are based on love and empathy. The division is every day easier and for any reason, and the big media takes advantage of any of these weaknesses that have been exploiting for a long time. It is also important that you can contrast this information. You should not believe anything about us, but you should question everything. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, right? What you have learned so far and what they will want to make you learn by force. Always try to surround yourself with people who not only deliver a message of empathy and love, but who really carry it forward and do not generate any division. So do not be surprised if any of this sounds familiar. Embrace the ideas that you like the most. Embrace them tightly and always trust what you feel. What comes from your heart, your mind will try to manipulate and confuse you. My father left these lands in times of war, and when I returned, I found it almost in the same situation. As you will see, the security that one seeks in times of war is the same that generates them in other words. There is no such security from any country, or government, or political party, or any leader of any kind. It is only you humans against those who pull the strings from the dark. In parentheses, today, end. Called custodians, the watchers, caretakers, the corrupt brotherhood, the three protectors, Kujias, the energy absorbers, And I think I have heard many other terms, but we will stick with the first of them, although I usually call them the parasitic race. It fits them perfectly, the custodians, y'all. They are here since almost the beginning of humanity, and whether we like it or not, they manage and have control of these lands today. Can anything be done against this? The answer is simple: yes. But for that, we have to go into many points and find many of their weaknesses as well as strengths. Knowing the enemy is the best way to get to break free from their control and or end up defeating them. So that's a pretty good start right there. And we'll get into chapter 2 tomorrow, and that'll be the Great Dome. And this will latch on and follow the other one. Now, you heard some things that I've read in other books. All right? And that's why I'm reading them the way I'm reading them. Dang, man. I feel a little better now, y'all. God dang it. I done burped a couple times, so that feels good. But it's still, I don't know. I'm going to have to wrap this thing up and put it in the fridge. But yeah, that first chapter was a pretty long one. There's a couple more like that in there, but they're all worth it. They are well worth it. I know it's Monday going into a Tuesday, and it's, what time is it? I didn't even charge this up, guys. Was it? 6:42. So I know that you guys got to get yourselves together for tomorrow and everything. Let me charge this up because this is at 15%, and they'll shut off here in a few minutes. I'm going to come back on around 9 o'clock, and I'm just going to do a late reading. I was going to just read and upload it, but I'm going to come back on, do a late reading, because I want to go ahead and read the Heaven Bearers, and I want to get through this. It's quite a bit, y'all. We're pretty far, all right? And exposing the expositions, which this is going to go into, I told you, even I said, this book right here is going to go into a bunch of other books that we have down here. And this is just to build, I guess you could say it's like building a timetable by looking at different things. And right now we are at, let me make sure I got it right. We passed that. And I believe we are right around here. Yeah, right here. Because we were looking at old Chicago Federal Building constructed 1898 and demolished in 1965. The funny thing is, they couldn't build that, and they destroyed a lot of things around it. Amazingly. There's a picture showing this and all the buildings that used to stand around it. They destroyed a lot. But we'll pick this up in Heaven's Bearers tomorrow. Oh, no, 9 o'clock tonight. 9 o'clock tonight. And I'll read just a few chapters, just that way, a little more informative. And this gives you a trajectory. So everything cascades in on itself, and it builds like a perimeter fence where we can say, okay, this is pretty awesome. But one thing it allows you to do is when you're walking around in your city or your town to look at old structures, to go up and go, I was always wondering why this damn windows was so short. And when you look down, you see it's a full window, and they got you believing it's a basement in a big building. And I'm telling you, if there's a freight elevator, it is not what it appears to be. They had to get anything that was in there from the bottom floors out of there, and they had to go ahead and build on top or change the whole way it looked because it was just too much to remove. That's why they say in Chicago, and all them cities on top of cities. Delaware, PA, you name it. When I told people Georgia wasn't always a swamp, they said, you bugging. I was like, okay. I said, like 27 rivers over in this country are not all man-made, and there's more than that man-made. And some of them are dried up. I said, well, you crazy, Red. I was like, okay. He was calling me crazy 25 years ago, and now look what's going on. You see all the information coming out? And you can't make this up, y'all. Now, this is the part where we're talking about some real things. All right? But when you're walking around, if you're in Georgia, if you're in the Carolinas, you're in the city, if you're in Houston, Texas, pay attention to going through those so-called cathedrals, those so-called churches. I done read Frederick Douglass' quote. I don't think I need to read anymore. You saw the post today about Abe Lincoln. What more? What else do you need? And I was grateful when Caramel did that live. I was like, yes. Oh, he didn't know. He does mass share, but because he hit me up on Instagram, I was like, I had to show some love because I already watched it. I watched it. I was like, holy yes, And I watched that movie 20 times with Bing Crosby doing the blackface of Abe Lincoln. You can't make it up. I'm into, when I'm playing music, most of the time when I'm driving around, you don't hear it. But I listen to Frank Sinatra channels and stuff like that, jazz, and I do. Right now they got a lot of Christmassy songs, and I'm not too big on that shit. But anyway, on that stuff. But it is what it is, I'm old. I like the old. I like that old. The beauty. So many buildings are gone that was around in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. They're gone, and with purpose. All right. So I want y'all to check it out. Do the research. And I appreciate you guys coming in and taking the time, spending the time with me to get this reading for those who long standing. Like I said, not the masses, the few. All right. So I appreciate y'all. Mac V, what's cracking? What's going on? I didn't play your music this time, man. Don't worry, I'm tired in. I gotta be for the right stuff. You know what I'm saying? Greg Wolf, what's going on, family? It's gotta be for the right stuff. You know what I mean? And I ate that little ass sandwich and half of them damn sweet taters, man. Got me full like a mother. Hot than a firecracker, man. I think I sat down and ate about 4:45, 4:50. So that's about damn near what? Yeah, about 15 minutes before I came live. So you can see, that's why I'm full. Like, I had walked for 15 minutes, too. That's when I came set everything up. Odd looking building here in North Carolina. There's a bunch of them, but where you at in North Carolina, man? Near Reed's Gold Mine? Where you at? You in Durham? My mom's right now, I think, is she in Durham or she's up in Black Mountain? I gotta see where she's at. I think she's in Black Mountain. I don't know, she might be. Old Town Winston-Salem. Where you at? Where you at, Matt? Over in Carolina, man. Because the South Plantation in Winston-Salem, that was our shit. That was all our land. The South Plantation, that's all my ancestors' land over there. And then when you go over to Louisiana, it was a Shouts Road. I forget the name. I think they changed it to some fucking jazz singer or some shit. I don't know. I forget. My grandmother, before she took care of Dizzy Gillespie before he passed away. And that's how she got that Sherpa key when I came back home, and she had the little black Sherpa key. I was like, what is all that's I took care of Dizzy Gillespie before he passed, and I one of the pups. I was like, oh shit. But I come from that family, so mad love and respect. Yo, Max, where at North Carolina, fam? Because I'll look it up. Near Reed's Gold Mine. Hold on, let me see if I can pull some up. Because you're taking forever to type it in. I just want to know where, bro. And you can type all the other stuff in later. Let me see if I can pull it up, brother. Yeah, I'm very, me, it's military mind. I got it. Cabarrus County. That's all you had to type in, brother. Historical Place Museum in Cabarrus County, North Carolina. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong because I know I've heard it before. That's Midland. Okay. And what was it? Hey, Rep, what's going on, Rep? Well, I know that they have so much stuff there. Because Reed Gold Mine wasn't a gold mine, always a gold mine. And see, this is the laws we got to contend with. Even though they went, because you got to remember who was for gold, the Anunnaki, right? And even the custodians use it, but they don't need a lot of it. Yeah, you gotta. If you know what, you can send me a picture of it if you got it. If not, what up?
West Side Cooler.
West Side, man, I'm live, bro. Hold on, let me hit my brother up, man. Our brother up. Let me hit West Side up. Why's this thing taking so long, man? This thing is so retarded, bro.
West Side Cooler.
Yeah, man, I'm live, bro. He might be in the studio or in the gym. I don't like hanging up with nobody, but you just call me. Let me call him a messenger. You know, that's what you call it right there. All right, here, let's go. Just call him on this one. 26 minutes ago. He's not a good signals. I don't know why it's doing that on Messenger. No, I don't want to invite nobody. Why are they doing all this goofy shit? I don't know what that should do. All right, now, let me get over here and give our brother back a call, man. All right, let me send a message to him and let him know. Yo. Oh, shit. Dude. Yo, West Side. Hey, brother. I didn't mean to hang up on your calls, brother, but I'm live right now on YouTube. I'm about to hang up, though. I'm going to give you a ring, all right? All right, one love, fam. All right, send. Make sure it's sent. Okay. All right, let me get off this thing, y'all. I'm going to get off here and give him a call, see what's going on. He was asking me because he was doing, do this thing on Twitter. I was tired, y'all. I told y'all what I was going through, and it's hard. It was hard. There was no way I was going to be able to go live on that. Even laying down, I would have went to sleep. So I went to sleep early. Right, so I'm gonna chat with you. Oh, yeah, I know. You see, I'm live, man. I was just calling you back, man. I just left you a message. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I was tired last night, brother. I would have came on. You know me, I love it doing lives. But you like a vampire right now, man. You know, I told everybody know I go to bed at 9:30. And when I'm up, man, oh, they just tried to cut me off. Wow. Yeah, I got you, fam. I respect and love, man. Yeah, I was tired in a mug, man. Oh, that was it, Matt? Okay. Yeah, I saved it, man. I'm going to look at some of the pictures and see what I can pull up. I'm going to hit Paul Cook and a few other people who do a lot of researching for the last year or two. These guys have been really putting their boots on the ground, looking at all these old places, traveling to different countries. Even with this thing going on, right? They were making it their business. I don't want to mention it on here, to go out and go to certain places, do logistics, measurements, even get licensed to dig in certain places. These cats have been making money on and really do this. But there's some information I got about the Carolinas, about the so-called Civil War. Well, there's nothing civil about it, but as far as what they want people to believe is civil, which is everything that leads to death. But there's many castles of ancient buildings over there that were demolished on purpose, literally, and many of our people gave their life attempting to save these places, and it was all. And you see, they would put tags later with the Masonic emblem and stuff like that. It's just a perversion, man. And I just want so I'm definitely gonna look it up. I'm gonna look into it, and whatever I do, I'm gonna make a post on it. Oh, that water's good. I wish I had some mineral drops, but I'm trying not to mess with none of that crap, y'all. All right, so I'm gonna have to wrap this falafel burger up, man. I don't think I'm gonna be able to eat it, man. I am still not so stuffed. I'm actually feeling a lot better. Okay. Oh shit. All right. I gotta turn this off, guys. It's got from the battery light. It's popping up little messages for me. There we go. Yeah, we're good. So anyway, we're gonna do that. I'm like early morning again. Nowhere to go. I got enough food to last me 3-4 years, y'all. I'm not going nowhere. Water, I'm not gonna say nothing about that. I know how to get water out the ground too. So that's right. You'd be surprised how much water comes out of mountains, out of nowhere. And that's all I'm gonna say to that. Nothing else. So we're gonna hit that up. We're going to read those because I enjoy reading them, especially the other one's a little saucy in that one. You know, the Heavens Bearer. Eggplant, donut, you know. And this book, this read, for those who were here with me before, know this is an excellent read. We'll go along with the other one. And yes, I got to sometimes slow down a little more. That's why I'm slowing, because I gotta read and say, oh, that's where a comma belongs. Oh, a period belongs there. Oh, yeah, quotation marks, I think are supposed to go right there. Sometimes you hear me say parentheses. I know that's where it belongs because it don't make no sense. The word is standing out, and I read it as such and go end. Because there ain't no parentheses. It's just me because I know it. You get what I'm saying? And yes, I am still writing, people. And can nobody see shit? Not until I'm done. That's just the way we do. You know what I'm saying? What was that, Rep? Oh, you're welcome, brother. Oh, Rep, you laugh at everything. That's like Tolo Cherry can laugh at every goddamn. I love it. I love that. Anyway, let me go ahead and sign off. Been on here for an hour. Red talked about a lot of stuff. Again, I was surprised. I got monetized in less than a day. You know, they had a strike against me for 90 days. The other one they removed. The second one, I called them and said, what is this? They removed that. So it should have been no more than 30. But I wasn't going to argue with them no more. It was not no weight on me. I didn't feel any kind of way. You know, we always want to look. I'm going to say I want to see justice outside. We've got to have justice within ourselves. You got to, I believe you have to mitigate justice within yourself. Because if you look outside yourself to go to those who walk around in a lie of perversion, how do you believe you're going to get justice there? Now, I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm not saying that there's not those out there with a right eye or a righteous eye. Hey, Fabi, excuse me. I am saying that we don't have to be confused with ourselves. We can be confused with things outside of us, but if we remove the confusion in ourselves, then we see clearer. We see a little better. And we start realizing that the things we felt yesterday, we don't have to feel today. And I believe the more we do that, how they say immaculate conception, I believe we derived of that. And that has nothing to do with religion. Look at the word immaculate and conception. How you conceptualize it, the concept of how it's taken or given or delivered to self. And may it be immaculate instead of macro in a large portion, not so minimal. But we become minimalist is how we deal with things instead of being overly burdensome, you know, on the outside, because that's who we are when we look outside ourselves. When we look inside ourselves and we increase the macro of our respect of self, and it's very small micro response comes out about things that mean nothing. You get what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys coming for the read. We're going to pick it up at 9. I'm going to get the fuck off of here and chill. Love y'all. So yeah, they got me in there. Hey, the Cashapp's still there. It'll probably be a month, 2 months. I don't know. It's the 19th. So let's keep it rolling. Get some more people over. Get some of your. I'm grateful for those whose fathers sit down and watch and follow me. I appreciate that. Sisters or mothers. If you got the children around, I said if you say it enough times, I will clean it up where it won't be no foul words at all. It's not hard. It's not complicated. If I can walk around colleges full time, 8 hours a day, and not swear and trust in me, it's not hard. I just want to get everybody in here, you know, and like I said, it's very important. Okay. Love you all, and look, y'all have a grand evening. Okay. Yes, I do. Happy Spirit. I know. Y'all have a grand evening, ladies, gentlemen. Because I like to have a brim. You know what I'm saying? I want to tip my hat, but it's like, it's you know where it's at because the flag's there. I don't want to. So, and somebody be looking. He disrespecting the flag. How dare? We don't want. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to put my show. Hey, boy, what you talking about? You talking to old Jim Bob here, and we'll get it twisted now. Anyway, I love y'all, motherfucker. Y'all have a grand evening, okay? Shit.